Oh. What's up, guys? What is up? Alright, so I was going to start off with a Ned story. So when it was after I turned 21. It wasn't my first time here, but it was maybe my second or third or something. So I remember I was out back smoking a cigarette, and then it was like December. And so I was kind of alone. I didn't really know too many folks then, so I was out there smoking a cigarette. And these two guys about my age, they come back there, and they had cigarettes but no lighter. So naturally, we started talking. He's like, "Hey man, you got a light?" And so I'm like, "Yeah, I got a light." So I reach in my coat, and I pull out the charcoal grill lighter, the real long one. Oh my man, they just started laughing, man. I didn't know what I did wrong. It was a very humbling moment, but you know what made it worse? It was one of those bendy ones. Gosh, man. I was peer pressured into buying a Bic the next day. But yeah. Alright, so working the courts is always fun. I was going through some old case files this week at work, and I saw a person a long time ago. It was a petty larceny case, right? And so they stole something small from Walmart. I think it was like a $7 shirt. And so anyway, they got caught, and they went to court, and the court fees and fines, it was over $800. Can you believe that? For a $7 t-shirt. If that were me, I would be wearing that shirt all the fucking time. You're like, "Seth, why are you always wearing that shirt?" I'll be like, "Let me tell you. This may say faded glory, but I assure you, this was not cheap." Applying for jobs is fun. I applied for a job this week out at Cherokee Nation, and they are so tedious about what they want. They want your whole life story. The only thing I didn't give them was my firstborn son. And so anyway, on the website, I was submitting my resume, but I didn't upload my resume. I uploaded my joke book. Yeah, can you imagine what they're thinking up there at HR if I had sent that? They're like, "Renee, come here. Look at this applicant. He thinks sex offenders should have their own parking spot." But yeah. And then next section was the section where they want like an aliases. They want married names, maiden names, and the last choice was nicknames. Nicknames. I was like, what do people call me? So I typed in the Destroyer. And then Bobby Lee. Alright, so big question at Morgan Wallen, where you at? I heard you'd be here today. I was lied to. But so anyway, yeah, you guys heard about what happened, right? Something about his ex getting engaged or something like that. And then people were like surprised, right? "Oh, not Morgan Wallen. You mean the guy that writes songs exclusively about drinking and heartache? You're telling me you're surprised he went to jail?" Oh my God, man. Like, he should have his own insurance by now. It's called heartache and alcohol. That's what it should be. But yeah, I was thinking about so many jail jokes. Mason threw a Diddy, not a Diddy joke. Is that him, P. Diddy? Yeah. The guy? Yeah. I was gonna do a joke, couldn't think of anything, so I did. Do you think he's gonna include that in his next album? I'm putting my money on it's gonna sound like a Dallas Dixon album. "Last night I had to let Marcus talk." Alright. So I got 1 minute. I was gonna do an eclipse joke, but I didn't think it all the way through. And so, you know those guys that hold them, like, all of us have the glasses, right? Most of us did. Those pretentious guys that have the welding mask and somehow think they're better than everyone. They are. They're just like, I do this 365 days a week. You don't tell me I do this every day. The sun's not gonna damage me. Like, dude, you had to ask me for $20 last week. Calm down. And then it kind of reminds me of those guys on social media that are always broke, but somehow always flexing. They're like, "Oh, you guys look up one day out of the year. I look up to the sky every single day." All right, guys. That's all I got for you. But next time I'm up here, I was thinking about doing pet peeves. So if